Mayfield. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Shaq Thompson making his presence felt on the sack. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Looking for the out route. It's completed to Landry. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Now Newton. It's complete. Artis Payne. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down.
Second and 4 at the 17-yard line.
50, 180. Gun. 53 to Mike.
Back to throw, Newton. Escaping the pressure right. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down.
53.
The shotgun snap for Newton. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And that'll be incomplete. Now they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down.
Set. Ready. Check 20. Watch the run. 8. Watch the safety cream. Watch 28.
They will go for it. Now Newton. Completes it to Samuel. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
From the 38, Newton flush to his right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The former Bill, Chris Hogan, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and 4. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Flushed out right. Taking a shot for Samuel. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Brandon, their last miss on 3rd down, they actually were able to alleviate it because they picked it up with a 4th down conversion. I don't know that they'd be wise to try and do that again here. To me, you got to punt the ball away.
They are going to go for it. It's Newton. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Coming right, this is Chubb on the toss. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a 6-yard loss on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
180. 22's the mark. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, y'all. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. Light 42, light 42. Set the tone, defense. Set.
Here's Mayfield. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the first quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Brian Burns. And that will force a turnover on downs. Well, you feel the excitement build on those 4th down plays. Defense has to stay out there, but for the offense, when that thing doesn't work out, such disappointment.
It can absolutely be a deflator, but how about the defensive guys? If they stop you on 4th down, they are absolutely elevated going to their bench.
They're elevated now. Big stop on 4th down. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Newton. He'll buy some time right. And this is caught. It's Greg Olsen. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know you can throw the football. But how about his use of legs as well, what we call those broken plays? You can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
2nd down and goal. Newton. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Olivier Vernon in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down. 4th down, and here's Graham Gano now in the field goal unit for the Panthers. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the 2nd quarter now, and we do have our first point. It's a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, The action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
And feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Real. Hey, alert 33.
Looking to throw again on second down. Mayfield gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
He's got Njoku over the middle. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Watch the ship. Two-jet bombers. Two-jet bombers. Watch out.
They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. A very solid gain of 27.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
On first down, Newton. He sets to fire deep. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. Greg Olsen was the intended target. That'll bring up second down.
Gun. 8. Check 26. Jump. 20.
Throwing again. Newton. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. The Panthers on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4. Now it's Newton. And he will find his man. That's Hogan, complete. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. Give the tackle there to Morgan Burnett.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now. And Gano's kick is right through. And they're able to double their lead just before half. It's 6-0. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 23.
53 at the mic. That's right, baby. They don't want it. Let's go.
Out of the gun, Newton. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, 77 yards. And the Panthers add on to their lead. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Bruce Irvin able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And here the pressure from the outside linebacking spot.
And normally when that happens and they're able to get home, that means the other guys on his team helped him out a lot. That they occupied people to allow it to be no less than a one-on-one situation, allows him to get home.
Point it right. Real. You got tight. Right there.
Another try after the first down sack. Mayfield under pressure again, and down he goes again.
I'm coming back.
Bruce Irvin able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Mayfield in this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack.
Watch tight. Run. 4 down. Check. 4 down.
Mayfield looks to throw. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. They'll get 19 out of this, but it will still bring up a 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. On 4th down, they snap it to Mayfield. He's got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10.
Every play is supposed to get a player's best effort. But on 4th down, that really increases the stakes, doesn't it? What about that catch?
Heck of an effort trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Here we go. Get it. Gun. Hey! Check. 53's Mike.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. Flush to his right. He's going to look. This is caught inside the 15. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. And that one results in 35 yards. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina.
Touchdown.
Christian McCaffrey with now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter. And thanks to the interception, the Panthers offense cashes in with 6. Gano the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to fire one. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jarvis Landry, 75 yards. And the Browns get a score closer. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Newton on 1st down. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. He's got a 1st down and then some inside the 40. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. They've kept him in check until that run. That's the first time he's really gotten loose in this game.
And they have to keep that in mind. Don't dwell on the fact that he finally had a big run. You kind of are counting on that as the game went on. Get back to what you were doing before. Start limiting him again.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Newton now 5 straight completions here in this second half, 1st and 10. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Watch the twist. Shit. 8, 7.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Newton. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers add on to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Regular. Check 59, Mike. Hey, Delta. 59. You must be getting tired of seeing me.
A 1st down throw from Mayfield. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Njoku. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back.
Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. K1 short with a sack. That's 315 pounds of man right there.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Third and long for Mayfield. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a fourth down. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on fourth down. Mayfield now escaping the pressure right. He finds Beckham complete. Odell Beckham Jr. and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, 59 yards. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit. The point after is good. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. Joseph now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 23.
Mike, 53. 53, Mike.
A shotgun snap for Newton. Eluding and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Olivier Vernon picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Now a pass complete to Hogan. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play. Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Newton, meanwhile, here connecting with McCaffrey.
You got it. You got it. You got it.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6.
Safety's creeping.
From the gun, Newton completes it to Samuel. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That goes for a gain of 31. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. And he'll take this one down near the 15.
That's where you belong.
So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes if you got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. Gano's kick is good. And that will make this now a 15-point advantage. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
At their own 25-yard line.
Set, 20. Hey, alert 33.
Mayfield on first down. He's going to let it fly. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Give him 32 on the play.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. He was looking for Landry that time, and it's second down.
Jackson.
Let's go, let's go. Point it right, point it right, point it right. 4-2, Mike 4-2. Watch out. Hey, echo. Mike 42. Focus defense. Watch out.
Mayfield to throw it. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Hunt. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 15 yards on the play, first down. Here's Mayfield. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. On second down, Mayfield again. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And he comes back with one complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Throwing, Mayfield. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Trying to get it to Landry there, but it'll be second and goal.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Trey Boston. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. All day, baby, all day, all day.
Throwing here, Newton. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
20.
Back to throw, Newton. He's going to look deep for more. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. The Panthers on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 16.
Check 53. 20. Watch the run. Check. 8.
Here's Newton. He's going to air it out deep for Hogan. It got his man complete. There he goes left side. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel taking it in. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead. I tell you, Charles, You play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points from me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
180. Hey, alert, 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 alert.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter @EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long.